Welcome to IT and Digital Resources in Teaching Foreign Languages, lecture number 25, using Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Instamuseum in teaching English language. Outline for today's lecture. The first question, ability to use Facebook to English lessons. And the second question for discussion, ways to use Instagram, Twitter, social networks. The 21st century is the digital era, and things have been changing a lot. Technology becomes more important to our livings. Learning to collaborate with others and connect through technology are essential skills for successful future. Likewise, English language is an essential tool to achieve effective communication and other core skills because it is used all over the world, so it is important that educators prepare their students to gain these skills. Integrating Facebook into English language classroom as a supplementary learning tool can provide students a real and natural setting of communication, and it can enhance their motivation. Facebook is a social networking tool which allows groups and individuals to engage in peer-to-peer conversations and both generate and exchange content online. Users firstly set up a profile of themselves with professional and/or personal information from which they can post links and multimedia from the internet or their own photos and content. Approved friends are able to interact around the content that is shared between them through public or private messages and the chat feature. Users can let people know what they are doing by changing their current status. Facebook, along with other social media tools, enables you to extend your classroom in new and interesting ways. In the broadest sense, it can enable communication, collaboration, and network building around areas of common interest in your discipline or specialism. In a more structured way, it can be used at course level to build activities to face-to-face interaction. This supports a form of social learning, constructing learning in a social setting. Learn English with British Council. The British Council runs many Facebook pages for English language learners. Here are a few of our favorites. Learn English British Council, perfect for adults or professionals who want to learn new English skills and interact with other English language learners. Learn English British Council MENA. This page was built for ESL students in the Middle East and North Africa. Learn English Teens British Council, a page for teenage English language learners filled with vocabulary, grammar, tips, and advice. Learn English Kids British Council, perfect for teachers and parents of young children learning English. Kids can have fun learning English with games, stories, and activities. Rachel's English. Rachel's English American pronunciation is the best place to go for English pronunciation videos. Rachel is an experienced ECL teacher who shares English pronunciation videos on many topics. Rachel's videos are helpful and easy to understand. She will help you improve your vocabulary, pronunciation, and accent. You can also watch all of her videos on her website www.rachelsenglish.com. Real English. Michael Marzio runs the Real English Facebook page for teachers and students as well as the website of the same name. Fans of Real English will enjoy many helpful English resources. English students will find helpful tips, exercises, advice, lessons, and information about learning English. You can also connect with other teachers and learners. English Grammar Revolution. You don't want to miss this helpful Facebook page. Elizabeth O'Brien is the creator of English Grammar Revolution on Facebook. It accompanies the website of the same name. English Grammar Revolution's mission is to inspire people to learn and love grammar. Like this page for links to run and helpful videos, lessons, sentence diagram, exercises, and more. English Speaking Club. Here is another very popular Facebook page for English learners. Join almost 2 million fans to improve your English on Facebook with English Speaking Club. Created in 2009, English Speaking Club shares daily lessons and videos to help you improve your English vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. English idioms. An idiom is a common phrase that does not mean what it says. It is important for English language learners to understand common English idioms. If you want to learn common use and useful idioms, English Idioms is a page to like. Every day, helpful admins post a common English idiom with explanations and examples. With almost 1.5 million fans, this page is sure to be active for a long time. Free ESL handouts. If you want free printable worksheets to practice English, then you should like free ESL handouts on Facebook. The mission of free ESL handouts is to provide interesting and practical language learning information and tips for English language learners. Fans of this Facebook page will find links to hundreds of free online ESL handouts and worksheets. Flo-Joe for CAE and Flo-Joe for FCE. So CAE means Certificate in Advanced Language and FCE First Certificate. So they are two of the best pages to visit for Cambridge exam preparation. The goal of Flo-Joe is to help students pass their Cambridge exams. These pages are full of helpful information for all English language learners. Become a fan of these pages for exam-focused self-study resources for English grammar, vocabulary, and speaking. Really Learn English. And of course, you must not forget the Facebook page for Really Learn English. It is the resource for English teachers and learners around the world. On our Facebook page, you will find free lessons and exercises, English grammar stories and worksheets, learning tips, lively discussions about English grammar and vocabulary. My Facebook profile worksheet. This fill-in-the-blanks mock Facebook profile is intended for beginner-level high school students. It can be used in an introduction class or for a lesson about social media. To turn it into a listening, speaking exercise, students could fill out a profile for a classmate. Facebook thumbs up or down. Task for ESL students: debate with your partner whether the world needs Facebook or not. You will find some helpful arguments in the worksheet to get your ideas flowing. Page 2 includes vocabulary list, blast up, and keys tops. Here you can see a complete lesson about Facebook with a short reading, comprehension questions, activities, and discussion questions. Facebook article. Prepositions clause. Read and listen to the text and later complete the passage with the prepositions available. My Facebook profile. My Facebook profile is the first day of school get-to-know activity which will enable students to get to know each other in a fun and meaningful way. Here is a suggestion to use this printable. Have your students complete their Facebook profiles, making sure they don't write their names on them. Collect the worksheets and randomly hand them out among your students. Ask them to write down the name of the person who they think the profile belongs to. Introductions, Facebook profile, likes and dislikes. Getting to know introductions, Facebook profile, likes and dislikes. Use in a role play with responses and you, why, where. Use this clean worksheet to get your students speaking and discussing their feelings and details. Social media. This test focuses on the effects of social media on teenagers. It includes 3 parts: reading, comprehension, vocabulary, and grammar, plus writing. Key is included. Now we will speak about Instagram. 8 awesome ways to use Instagram in the ESL classroom. The first, my winter break. What could be a better way to keep your class connected over a long break than to have them post photos of what they are up to? Give your class a specific hashtag, for example, my winter break, and have them post photos with captions in English. Students may choose to comment, interact, and stay in touch. The second, digital show and tell. Show and tell is a classic in any classroom. Kids are usually instructed to bring one item to show to the class and to talk about it. Now, thanks to Instagram, there is no need to actually bring the item to class. They can just snap a pic to share. In fact, because they can take several pics, you may allow them to share more than one item. Is the topic favorite things? Ask them to take photos of their 5 most treasured possessions. The third, signs of the times. If you live in an English-speaking country, have your class take photos of any signs they encounter. Students share their photos and discuss what the signs mean. For example, no smoking means you are not allowed to smoke, while a camera with a slash across, it means you are not allowed to take photos. If you don't live in an English-speaking country, challenge students to find signs in English. In some countries, stores typically put up sale signs. The third is grammar police. Instruct students to snap a pic of someone doing something wrong or the evidence of something that should or should not have been done. For example, a student takes a photo of an empty soda can lying on the sidewalk and caption it, "We shouldn't litter, throw garbage in the streets." The fifth, caption it. And while on the subject of captions, there are lots of fun writing activities you can do with your class. Post an interesting photo and have them caption it in the comments. The best caption wins a prize. Or have your students share photos and caption a classmate's. 6. Photos as prompts. Share an interesting photo as a prompt for a creative writing task. Students will see the same photo. How many different stories will they come up with? The seventh, rock and roll plays. You may not be able to record long conversations or discussions in 15 seconds, but there are plenty of short exchanges you may want to share on video, like saying hello, goodbye, formal greetings, how to congratulate someone, ask for directions, start a conversation. Students will have access to these short dialogues on their Instagram accounts for quick access any day and any time. And the last, pronunciation plus. Is there a word or phrase a student has a hard time pronouncing? Record yourself saying it and share it with this particular student for extra pronunciation practice. Now we will speak about Twitter. Twitter is a great place to discover articles and resources for teaching English, as well as an engaging way to get your students to improve their reading and writing skills. Twitter also chants language to 140 characters, which makes communicating and reading in English more manageable. Additionally, students learn to scan text for understanding and bookmark resources quickly. The list of activities below will help you get started integrating Twitter for language learning. Public Twitter streams don't require an account to view them. Your students don't need a Twitter account for many of the activities suggested. However, you may want to create a free Twitter class or teacher account. Learn vocabulary. Your learners can follow many accounts to learn new vocabulary or phrases each day. Here are some Twitter accounts for learning English vocabulary and phrases. Roll of Tongue, Grammar Girl, Words with Larry. How to tweet. In this lesson, students are introduced to microblogging. They learn some Twitter lingo and practice tweeting. They also learn some useful abbreviations and tips for shortening long ideas into Twitter-sized bytes. Learn grammar. Students can follow accounts like Grammarly, English Club, Grammar Monkeys, the UN University, English 247 to discover quizzes, exercises, images, and tips to improve their grammar. They can click the hashtag grammar to discover more free grammar resources. Correct grammar. Get your language learners to correct the grammar in celebrity tweets. The following celebrity tweets have one or more grammatical errors. Underline the errors and write the tweets correctly in the spaces provided. In the final box, write your reasons for the changes. Follow an important event. Have your language learners follow hashtags about an important event, like a natural disaster, civil war, or election. Students scan the hashtag full of accounts from primary sources, then write about their impressions or act as journalists and create an article quoting some of the sources. Conduct a Twitter interview. Many expert celebrities, authors, leaders, athletes, and professionals have Twitter accounts. Invite one to interview on Twitter. Decide on a unique hashtag for the event that isn't already used on Twitter. Get students to craft questions ahead of time and peer review and correct these questions ahead of time. Use one account to tweet the question with the student's handle or initials. Include the hashtag in the tweet. Share a GIF. Recently, Twitter added the feature to share a GIF with your status update. Your students can accompany tweets with a GIF, and students can even search for a GIF to share, which is a similar feature in Facebook. GIFs are a great way for students to visualize vocabulary and phrases. Back channel. If your students have Twitter accounts, create a class hashtag to them to use when you want them to share their thoughts, responses, and resources. When scheduling homework, like viewing the Oscars, a presidential debate, a famous speech, or following another event, your students can share their impressions and read the impressions of other peers with the hashtag. Students can also use the hashtag to share their thoughts about a video they are watching in class. Share resources. Students can use the class hashtag to continually share links, videos, articles, podcasts, experiences, and examples of each unit. Before beginning a new topic, have students conduct research and share 2 or 3 resources to you to collect and add to a Storyfy, Scoop It, Pinterest board, or Period trees. Using Web 2.0 technologies such as social networks, wikis, podcasts has lots of benefits to students, classroom, and teachers. The effect of social networks in compare with other Web 2 technologies has some psychological benefits besides than educational ones to students. On social networks, we can contact and interact with other people easier, talk and negotiate on the specific purpose, and comment on others' beliefs and ideas as easily as possible. Technology is transforming how we communicate, socialize, play, shop, and conduct business. These profound changes place pressure on the traditional models of language learning, such as teaching in a formal classroom setting. They also present us with amazing opportunities to redesign the way we teach and learn English. Now let's discuss questions for discussion after our lecture. When did social network Facebook come into force? What are the ways to use social networks in language learning? And the last question, describe the social network Twitter. Here you can see the list of references that you can use after our lectures and practical lessons. Thank you for your attention.